subscribe. Tariq Radio. Watch and subscribe.
What's up, O? O, unmute your microphone.
I find it funny that you talk about double agents, right? Because
Yeah,
this man just came up here and he was talking about Latinos that cosplay or are adjacent to white supremacy. And the first thing you bring up is Africans and Caribbeans. That's hilarious. How much they pay
when
you, or do you just
when
sell this
when did I do
information for
that?
free?
When did I say African in the
Right
Caribbean?
after he got off stage, you brought up Caribbeans and Candace Owens, and let's not play like you don't denigrate Africans
Oh,
multiple
okay.
times a
I
week.
brought up Candace Owens as an
Mm-hmm.
example. Yeah.
Of course you
So
did,
what's your
even though
point?
he just got done talking about Latinos. We're just smoke for Hispanic people, white people, all these other people that actually do align with white nationalism. We're just smoke for Asians. It's always just Caribbeans and Africans. Why?
That's a lie.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
That's a goddamn
The
lie. Yes, it is.
conversation
You're,
shifted from
ma'am,
reparations to denigration.
ma'am.
Sir,
You're being a lying tether, ma'am.
no, you're being a lying. Hmm. I won't say
You're
the
being,
word.
ma'am. Why are you being a
You're
lying
being a
tether?
lying agent.
Agent of what?
Chaos, dissension, white
What
nationalism.
does that mean?
That
When your
means
homeland is flooded with chaos, huh?
is your
Are you an
homeland not
agent?
flooded with white nationalism and you're focused on other black people instead of the people that are perpetuating this shit?
But you're not even focused on your homeland that you fled
You
from,
don't know
dear. Why
what
are
I'm
you pointing your
focused
finger?
on. You have
You're
no
not
clue
focused
what
on
I'm
your
focused
homeland. Your
on.
ass is over here.
I'm
I know
focused
you ain't
on
no.
I'm focused on
You,
people like yourself that show more dissension.
but you, instead of that homeland that you fled from, why are you not focused on that?
Why are you not focused on people that actually do perpetuate white nationalism
I'm
and
focused on
racism?
my lineage, ma'am, and you're focused on mine instead of your failed homeland. How dare you say anything while you fled over here? Ma'am, if it wasn't for
You
us,
have no clue.
ma'am, if it were not for us, you'd be sitting over there in the Caribbean with a crooked wig and cake soap. All right? Won't you?
So you see
How
how you
dare you?
just jump around the question? Like I said, where's your
And
smoke for Asia?
see how you jump on an inner tube and float away from your homeland? You see how that works? Ma'am, you're not at liberty to criticize us at all about anything, ma'am. Anybody who has failed and fled their homeland, you're just not at liberty to say anything to us about anything. You see, you have to get it together, beloved. And you got all that smoke for me. You don't have smoke for the people who ran you out of your homeland.
You have
And
no clue who I have
I
smoke
do have a
for.
clue. I do
How
have
much
a
how
clue.
much do they pay you? Who recruited you?
Your mom,
Well, if your mother did a better job, you wouldn't be sitting here trying to
your mom gave me
you
some money
wouldn't be
to
sitting here
marry her.
trying to divide black people.
Your musty mom wanted me to be her 90-day fiance to help her stankin' ass get a green card so that you can get born over here. I told her to find somebody else. He found a white trick and anchored you here. So there we are.
You see, they over there hyping your whack ass up, telling you that you some sort of comedian. You're trash. You're nothing but
Ma'am,
trash.
what's trash
And
is
all you
that
promote is
$5,
black division.
ma'am, that crunchy tumbleweed lace front in your head is trash, ma'am. That's the thing that's trash. Why you're mad at us, you need to be mad.
No, I'm just wondering why you just don't address the real problem and the real people. Asians,
Ma'am, you
Hispanics,
don't. Well, I
other white
wonder,
foreigners
ma'am,
that perpetuate white.
ma'am, I wonder why you don't fix your homeland and you come over here fleeing and having disdain for us. Why don't you fix your homeland, beloved? Hmm? Why don't you do that, dear? Why you sitting up here under a Finster account and your account is, you got a fake account with 6 followers. You're a coward. You can't even show yourself. That's how cowardly you tethers are. You see, talking about why don't we stand up and speak on? We speak about certain things and we do it with our full chest. Look at you. You're
All you
hiding
speak
like
of
a
is Africans.
you're hiding like a little roach. You're hiding like a little musty roach. You can't speak on us, beloved. You don't have our spirit. Is that why you're jealous and mad, beloved? Because you always got to hide and everything is hiding and sneaking around like a little weasel.
Nobody's hiding, and you still haven't answered the question why
Ma'am,
you were
ma'am,
so
ma'am, you're not who you no, it don't, ma'am. You're not at liberty to dictate what questions needs to be answered. You dig? You're not a shot caller, ma'am. Nobody's required to answer the questions of a fleeing failed tether. Like yourself, ma'am. You don't get to call shots. You get a lesson here about how to stand on business instead of fleeing all over the place. I'm not required to ask questions of a fleeing mammy.
You're
Now,
also
am I?
not required to sow more division against black people, but here we are. I
No,
don't know.
nobody sows division
So
more
when are
than
you going to
you.
address?
Nobody sows division more than you, ma'am. In your failed homeland with all of that tribalism. That's why you had to fail and flee. That's why you fled, beloved. Nobody's more divided than you in your failed homeland, dear.
So when did the conversation switch from reparations to denigration?
Ma'am, you're not even qualified to get reparations. Our reparations claim is none of your musty business, ma'am. You need to holler at CARICOM. That's what you need to do.
You have no clue, but
Yeah, I do have a clue, ma'am. I do have a clue.
no, you don't.
Our reparations ain't your business. Why y'all stay in our reparations
I'm
business? What's
wondering
that
when the
about?
conversation switched from one
Why
thing
do
to
y'all
another.
stay in our
Isn't that your
reparations
focus?
business?
But I see
Yeah,
you
ma'am.
have these
And
whack ass jokes for
the
African
focus,
descendants.
no, and we can't. You know why we can't get reparations? You musty tethers are
You
always on
have
the
no
damn
smoke for
reparations committee.
the real people.
Man, no, 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 no. Every time we start talking about reparations, one of you musty tethers pop up talking about what we shouldn't get. That's the problem, ma'am. That's the problem. We
I'm
talk
just
about
asking when
reparation.
you
No, no,
smoke.
no, no. When we talk about reparations, Candace Owens' ass show up on the reparations panel, or Coleman Hughes show up, a Puerto Rican tether. Yeah, that's the problem. You see how you guys are a problem, ma'am? When it comes to our reparations, when we talk about reparations, all of a sudden we start
You
smelling
never
must.
talk about it
No,
anymore. All
no,
you
no,
talk.
no, no. Whenever we start talking about reparations and we get together to meet up and have a panel about reparations, the room starts smelling like ass and bammy because it's one of you Caribbean mammies up in there smelling like jerk sauce and weave glue. That's the problem, ma'am. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to address the elephant in the room. And the elephant is you, and the elephant is very musty. Okay? Miss Ma'am, are you here, dear?
I'm listening to your bullshit. Again, I'm just wondering why you don't have the same smoke for the Hispanic people taking over the same city that you live in.
Ma'am, the only smoke you got is hot comb smoke pressing down them peppercorn edges of yours
So
to
no
try to.
answers.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
got it. I didn't think
Okay.
you had it.
Yeah, yeah. Press them peppercorn edges down and get your blend in looking right. Okay. And don't ask me no damn questions. All right. Now I bid you a farewell. Now get
So
your
you
ass
don't
out
have
here.
smoke for the people
Oh,
that's
ma'am,
really
and
free.
ma'am, the smoke is under your musty arms, ma'am. All right. I suggest you get some root work, beloved, at rootworkstyle.com. It's a natural deodorant. For your level of musk, I suggest Lucky Lavender. Okay, now it's the tether hour. I see the tethers are starting to come in. All right, I see Bushmeat Barrister up here. All right. I see Bushmeat Barrister. And we got a lot of people in the room. Family, look at the numbers. We almost got 2,000 people. This is why we got the best spaces, the most popping spaces on X. This is what Grok says. Look at the numbers. Nobody's doing these kind of numbers every night. This is that Majora spirit talking to you. Oh, goodness. Bushmeat Barrister is up. Okay. Do y'all have the energy for Bushmeat Barrister? Do y'all have the energy for Bushmeat Barrister? Let me get C Capone. Let me get some of the family in here. C Capone, hop in, C Capone. Brother Capone, what's up, bro? C Capone, unmute your microphone, sir. And while we're waiting on C Capone, let's get Percy Earl, Mr. Percy Earl Sweetwater. Percy Earl,
Hey, sorry about that, Tariq.
what's up, Capone? What's up, Capone?
This person
Oh,
here,
Percy
man.
Earl. Okay, Percy, what's up, man? What's up?
I ain't nothing much, Tariq. I was just letting you know that's that lady that we roasted already. That Tiff be talking lady. That she's like a white Irish mixed Pan
Oh,
African.
that's her?
Yes, that's her.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, she
Yep.
looks like a Down syndrome Mariah Carey. Yeah.
Yeah, got that look, got that weak ass hairline. She got the non. I guess she's mixed, but remember she told you that story about
She
I
passes
don't
for
know if
white.
my
Yeah.
yeah. But she's the new leader of the Pan Africans. So
Oh
there you
Lord.
go.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's what.
That's why the teller's popping up. That's their leader.
Oh, I see. There we
Yep.
go.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. No wonder Bushmeat Barrister came in. Okay, so
Yeah.
she's the new Sally Struthers. Okay, all the hungry tethers follow her. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that Tiff lady. Yeah, she's a white passing. She claims to be mixed, but yeah, also says she passes for white. Oh yeah. So yeah, she has a problem with us delineating. Also, this is Bushmeat Barrister's leader. Bushmeat Barrister, hop on in. Let's hear from Bushmeat Barrister. Barrister, what's up, man? Bushmeat Barrister, unmute your microphone, sir. Bushmeat Barrister, I've told you, stop making requests to get on while you're in between DoorDash orders. Because I think he's delivering some Chipotle to somebody right now. So, Bushmeat Barrister, get your microphone on and then hop back on. All right, let me get some other people in here. Let's get Angelic Soul. Angelic, let's get Angelic and Bushmeat. Try to come on back up in a minute. I'm gonna remove you and you try to come back up. Angelic, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tariq? How you doing tonight?
I'm good, Miss Angelic. How are you, dear?
I'm doing well, thank you so much. Um, you know what? I'm real tired of these people, these tethers. Honestly, I feel like I can speak for a lot of people when I say this. If if they never came in our spaces, we'll never mention them.
Right.
If they never try to insert themselves in our business, they'll never be talked about the way they being talked about. Like, but y'all deserve this. Like, you're putting yourself in a position where you're being exposed, number one. Number two, is like it don't make no sense. Like, y'all coming around you're distracting us, you're stalling, and you're talking about bullshit. Okay, excuse my language. But at the end of the day, if you're not coming in our space distracting us from what we really talking about, oh, why y'all talking about us, why y'all can't do this, why y'all can't do that, you're stalling and you're wasting our time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if we don't get to a point where this shit is sacred between us, like it is with the Asians, like it is with other cultures, like they don't play about letting other people in on their stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just tired of them coming in constantly being a distraction. Now, yes, it's funny. Yes, oh, I love to laugh because, yeah, you African booty scratching, you dirty, oh, musty ass. Let me tell you what I had to do. I was in school one time, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not trying to talk down on nobody because I actually helped this woman. You know, one day I came in school to finish up, and my instructor came to me and was like, "Hey, Tony, can you take this lady and pull her to the side and maybe give her some of the stuff you have?" At that time I had some deodorant, I had perfume in my bag. Listen, I was going to nursing school, so we had access to towels and soap and stuff like that. So I took her to the bathroom and I showed her how to wash her armpits, but before I showed her, I left all that stuff in the bathroom with her and just closed the door and left out. She came out in 2 seconds. I
Lord.
had to go back in the bathroom with her and show her how to wash her armpits because number one, it was so funky that it bled all the way through her clothes.
Lord.
So
Lord.
listen, man, these people, they come around and they start trying to live in America the way they live in their own countries, and it's not gonna work anymore. Y'all not finna keep coming over here thinking that you have this privilege to say what you want to say to us, and you don't do it to the other white cultures. You know what I'm? No,
Absolutely.
that's all I'm gonna say, and that's where I land my plane.
Thank you, dear. Yeah, that's why the lady called earlier. You're not going to answer my question, ma'am. How dare you? I'm not obligated to answer the question of a tether. How dare you? Just the nerve of you to demand an answer of anything. No, it doesn't work like that. Abula, whatever your name is, Abula.
Hey Tariq, how are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you, sir?
Hey, I just want to thank you for everything you do, man. I've been listening for a few nights. Very inspiring, seriously.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. And where you from, man? You sound Middle Eastern. Where you from?
From Miami.
Remember? Via
Yeah.
where?
Excuse me?
Via where? You came from somewhere else before you got to Miami. Where were you before? Where was your
I'm
family before Miami?
I was born here, man. My family's from South America.
Okay, Colombia,
Close.
Brazil, shit, Colombia, Brazil.
Argentina.
No, there you go. There you go. My
Yep.
man. All right, I appreciate that. Well, thank you so much, brother. All right, we got a lot of folks up in here. Come on now. For those who are just tuning in, you are in the #1 Twitter space on the X app, according to Grok. This is the top space on the Twitter spaces, according to Grok. We get the most consistent high numbers every single night, man. This is the place to be, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all give me a retweet. Everybody in here, give me a retweet real quick. If you can give me a retweet, that would be phenomenal. Everybody give a retweet. Let's get Big Hawk. I almost said Black Hawk. Big Hawk, hop on in, Big Hawk. Mr. Big Hawk, hop on in.
What's up with you, Tariq?
My brother, how are you, sir?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Yeah, I was just coming up here because I heard her voice, you know what I'm saying? I recognized that was Nunya. You know, it's just a tragedy that, you know, the leaders of their movement is this Irish white passing. This is the face of Pan Africanism.
Yeah,
That, these people are desperate. We caught on to their game and they trying to throw anything at the damn win. That's all I wanted to say, man.
much respect, man. Yeah, that Nunya chick, who's basically a white lady. She claims she's mixed, but she said she passes for white. That's a white lady. It's amazing that a white woman is out here as the face of Pan Africanism. That's real interesting. And then mad at us for acknowledging and recognizing our lineage. You're not going to shame us out of that now. That's not going to happen. Man, y'all raise those hands. Let's get Lord Salisbury. Lord Salisbury. Hop on in, sir.
How you doing?
What's
Good
up?
evening.
How you doing, brother?
Ain't much. I got just a couple quick questions. Hey, when you get done the Hidden Color 6, I was wondering if you was going to do a documentary on Elijah Muhammad, like Nation Within a Nation. I believe his story needs to be told. Even if you don't do like a full feature, do like a hidden history, like shorts, like half-hour shorts or something like that, to expand on a lot of people instead of full feature length films. But I think Elijah Muhammad's story need to be told. I'm not the nation, but what he did is remarkable. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. And you know what's interesting? We have a section about Elijah Muhammad in Hidden Color 6, by the way. We actually do talk about him. So that means, you're on the same page. We're on the same page. We have a nice little piece in there about Elijah Muhammad and some of the things that he's done. And yeah, we break some of that stuff down already. So we're already ahead of it right there. Yeah, there's a lot of great things we're going to be talking about in the new HC6. All right, let's raise those hands. Ladies and gentlemen, let's raise those hands. Let's raise those hands and all that good stuff. Where did Bushmeat Barrister go? Bushmeat came up in and disappeared real quick. All right, let's get BTT. Let's get BTT in the building. Miss BTT. Is BTT?
Yes. Hello, Tariq. How are you doing?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Listen, I was talking to my daughter today, and I was telling her something that I remembered when I was in elementary school. And, I didn't pay attention to it then because I wasn't old enough. But now I've paid, I can think back. And I said, that's what was going on. You know how you would see the little Mexican immigrant, didn't know they were immigrants at the time, but they would have on the little, dress and the little patent leather shoes, and standing in a corner by themselves, and we would go over there and try to talk to them and play with them. And then every now and then you would see African, but didn't know he was African, but he wasn't as friendly as the little Hispanic children. The little Hispanic children fellow in there, and we would run around on the playground. But that little African boy would just stand up there on the wall and just look. He would have on how I know now that he was African. He had on the vest with the shirt, with the high water pants and the dress shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have no idea that they were invading then. I didn't know it. Just thought that they were children, playing, just new kids at the school. But now, you think about it, I remember that now. I
Mm.
didn't remember. Yeah, I didn't remember that back in the day. And then one more point I wanted to bring up, and then I'll, land my plane. Um, when I was younger, we used to sleep with our doors and windows up. We had screens on the windows,
Yeah.
and we had a screen door, and all we would do was just lock the screen door, but we would sleep with the doors open. But at a certain time, I noticed as a young girl, my mom and dad started closing and locking the door. But growing up, we didn't lock our doors and our windows. But when they started coming over here doing all this crime, then we started having to lock the doors and the windows. I remember that, Tariq. I never thought about it, until this situation now has come up with what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, a very good point.
You were talking, yeah, you were talking about that the other night. I say, dang, you know what? I'm just I'm just thinking about that right now. And one more point about the news. I know how you do, like, okay, let's keep talking, but this is
Go ahead, beloved.
definitely the last one.
Mm-hmm.
But when we used to watch the news, and you could be out of the room, like my mom could be in the kitchen and my dad could be somewhere, and you hear the news on, and you could hear about somebody getting shot or somebody getting stabbed. We'd be like, oh, we know that was white folks that did that. Literally, we used to say that in the house. Oh, we know they was white, but then after a while, you started seeing black folks. And I remember my dad and mom saying, like, "Hey, what's going on with black people?" Didn't know they were immigrants.
Mm. Mm.
That
Yeah.
stuff started changing when they came over here. You started seeing black folks on the TV now, and daddy and my mom was like, "Well, why black folks doing all this robbing and killing and stealing? Black folks didn't used to do that. We didn't know that it was the dadgum immigrants."
Yeah. Yeah, man. There's a lot changed. A lot of folks. Thank you, dear. Um, we have to realize that a lot of crimes that started happening wasn't us doing them. Yeah, we had some criminals. Yeah, I'm not negating that. All of us weren't no damn choir boys. But when we start to see a major uptick in crime, even now, when you see certain things, that's why we start looking at people's backgrounds and looking at them last names, especially in East Coast cities with black, quote unquote, black people. And hell, even in West Coast cities, remember when they were doing those so-called Asian hate crimes or whatever, all that weird stuff going on? The people they were arresting up there in San Francisco had them African names and black folks with quote unquote Latino names. And it wasn't really us doing this stuff. You see, a lot of these weird sex crimes, it was folks from other places doing that, bringing that stuff in from where that stuff is normalized. In some of those Caribbean islands and some of those foreign nations, and I'm not talking about just Africa and the Caribbean. I'm talking about India and all of that. Like I said, I saw a video from India not too long ago. A dude was sexually assaulting a woman in the middle of the street in broad damn daylight. Some of that stuff is so normalized, folks start coming over here with that stuff. Places like Grenada, those little islands where per capita they got the highest rates of sexual assault on women. So they start bringing that weird stuff over here when that stuff was highly looked down upon over here. Sexually assaulting a woman, that was really looked down upon. And it's still looked down upon by us in foundational Black American society, especially any type of molestation or anything like that. I remember in the 80s when I was in junior high school, I remember a dude, it was a kid who was in our grade. This was junior high. I think he went to juvie for molesting a kid or something like that. It was something he did to a kid. And when he came to school, I think the whole school whooped his ass. But he had to go to another school. They had to get him up out of there. He tried to come back to school, and the rumor was, I don't know the details of it, but the rumor was he had touched on some kid, and the school just took turns. I mean, this nigga got his ass whooped on every period. People were taking shifts whooping his ass all through that school. He got his ass whooped through lunch, PE, everything. He got his ass whooped all the way from to the bus. That was some shit that we just didn't play like that. We didn't get down like that. Cats who even had that jacket on them, you couldn't come around. If you came around, just an ass whooping is waiting on you. So we would regulate a lot of that weird shit back in the day.
From New York Times best-selling author Tariq Nasheed comes Foundational Black American Race Baiter, the groundbreaking book shaking up the conversation on race in America. As one of the most influential voices for Black Americans today, Nasheed exposes the tactics used to manipulate, subjugate, and control Black communities. In this powerful read, Tariq Nasheed equips you with the knowledge to resist injustice and reclaim your narrative. Don't miss out on the book that's redefining the game. Foundational Black American Race Baiter, available now at official FBA.com. Get your copy today.